Hey guys, welcome to the Woman Warrior Tribe Talks podcast. This interview was extremely overdue. I talked to an old friend, a former teammate, Jayronne Gandaoli. She is a Brazilian Jiu Jitsu Black Belt under Heights Academy Guam. She's been training BJJ for over 13 years, and I'm so excited to share her with you because she is just someone who I feel is one of the most talented fighters I've ever known, and the world needs to know her, and the world will know her. Just watch. For now, I hope you enjoy my conversation with Guam BJJ Black Belt mother and just someone who is spreading BJJ in the community of Guam, Jayronne Gandaoli. Okay, there it is. Alrighty. Let's make sure this is all good. Okay. All right,
Okay.
Jayronne. I feel like we've gone over obstacles and trials and just mountains to get to this point, but I'm so glad we're here now.
One half a day. Thank you.
I know.
Finally reaching out again.
It's been so long, girl. Oh my gosh. We are grown up.
Yeah, we really are.
I know it's been like years. It literally has, but I'm honestly just seeing everything you're doing. Like back home, I'm just so proud of you. Like I remember when I started jiu-jitsu and I saw you training and you just always inspired me. Even as you being younger than me, I just thought, dang, this girl is like such a badass. So I didn't, I had no doubt in you at all. And when I saw that you got your black belt too, I was like, oh my gosh, like finally. But that was just a matter of time. So super proud of you and super glad to have you on an interview.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Just like a little brief intro for you for people who are listening. So actually, I'm just gonna ask you to do it. Tell me who you are.
Yeah.
Tell me who you are.
Okay. My name is Jayronne Gandaoli. I'm from Guam. I'm currently 24 years old and I have 3 children. So I started jiu-jitsu at 11 years old, and now all the way up to 24, I'm currently a black belt under Heights Academy. And of course, my journey didn't go as expected, but it's still great. There's so many trials and challenges and ups and downs, but everything has been amazing and a lot of lessons throughout that. But yeah, so I'm still continuing my jiu-jitsu journey ever since I started at 11 years old. And currently, I'm heading the women's program at Heights Academy Guam. And I also teach the adult classes, as well as I do self-defense seminars as well and offer that around the island. So I've been able to work with Manelu and Guam Girl Scouts so far, and also other women. I've been able to meet other women around the island that have never tried martial arts or any type of jiu-jitsu, but the fact that they came to learn some self-defense for themselves has been really great. So right now my mission is just to try to reach out to as much people as possible on the island of Guam and try to give them that experience that I got from jiu-jitsu.
That is amazing. I just think that's freaking cool. I don't even know what else to say.
Yeah, so I think one thing though from jiu-jitsu, like jiu-jitsu has taught me a lot of life lessons. Actually a really pivotal point in my life. Starting at 11 years old, I was very timid and shy, and I kind of didn't know what direction I would go. But jiu-jitsu really brought me that confidence and, like that idea of like believing in myself, like I can do this, like, because I really didn't know where to go. And a lot of it too had dealt with people like my coaches and like people that influenced me, like Terrence Affleck. He's the one who promoted me to black belt, and he was also one of the first kids coaches. So Terrence Affleck, Omar Damien, they both promoted me to black belt, and it's special because they were also one of the first like coaches I met as a kid, and they were such an influential part in my life. So a lot of that is like,
Yeah.
that's why I want I want to share jiu-jitsu as much as possible, because it really does help people. In the art itself, the essence of jiu-jitsu really helps people just be better, like improve, and just be an overall all around great person. Like helps you be a
Yeah.
better person.
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah.
where I met you, was the teens class under Coach T, because that's where I started too. I was 17, and then when I turned 18, that's when I obviously transitioned to
Yeah.
adult. But yeah, Coach T, Coach Terrence is like an amazing person, amazing coach, amazing instructor. And yeah, that's kind of where I started jujitsu too, with him as a coach. And then obviously I met you there. So how long have you done jujitsu now?
About 13 plus years now, going on 14 in January.
Awesome. Oh my
Yeah. So
gosh.
there was some stoppages along the way, but I always found my way back to jiu-jitsu, and I hope that my kids maybe will get into jiu-jitsu. So but
Yeah.
no pressure.
How old are they?
So my oldest daughter is 5 years old, Kailea. Then I have a 4-year-old son. His name's Kron. And then my daughter, she's 2 years old, and her name is Kamalin.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Girl,
so they're very young.
you're
And
amazing.
it's been a learning process for sure, like balancing wanting to compete and teach and motherhood and making sure that family is good, but first things first is always, the faith, your family, and then all the extracurriculars, jujitsu and everything else.
Yeah.
That's definitely something I go by.
Would you say that because I didn't just meet you, I met your whole family too when I went
Yeah.
to jujitsu. So would you
Mhm.
say obviously your mom and dad, they're your biggest influences?
For sure. If it weren't for my mom or my dad, I wouldn't have been in jujitsu. Like
Yeah.
I probably would. Oh, I don't want to do it. But my dad actually started jujitsu 2 years before me. So I started 2009. He started 2006, and that was kind of like, of course, like the precursor. Like, hey, why don't you do jujitsu? Because I wasn't doing anything at the time.
Yeah.
Just like a kid, like just trying to figure it out. But I'm actually glad that my mom forced me to do jujitsu. Of course, the first 6 months were like, oh, I don't like this. Like, I really, to be honest, it did not like it. It wasn't like always rainbows and butterflies in the beginning. It was like very tough,
Yeah.
like, why would I like getting beat up every day? And then, like, after those first 6 months, like, something just clicked. It was like,
Yeah.
can't even explain it. I'm sure you felt that too. Like, oh, I'm actually getting it. Like,
Yeah.
the
I'm
moves are
actually
coming
sweeping
together.
people.
Yeah, I'm actually sweeping people. So I'm like, this girl that beat me up every day, like, she's not beating me up as much now. So,
I mean, there wasn't even a lot of girls when you started
yeah,
either, when we both
that,
started.
yeah. At the time, yeah, you're right. It's the women's jujitsu and girls. It's grown so much. Like the
Crazy.
fact that we're able to have just a class alone with just women and girls is amazing. Because I remember we would have to jump in with the guys,
Yeah.
and like just find our way. Like you either stick with them or you quit. That's how it was before. But now, like, you just see so many women coming in, and it's just great to see.
It is. Oh my gosh. So because I came in a year after you then, because I came in
Mhm.
2010 after I graduated high
Mhm.
school. And but because you were you were an orange belt at the time. You got your
Yes.
green belt shortly after,
Mhm.
and then you got your blue belt obviously after that. And
Yeah.
then so when did you start competing?
I started competing actually that 6 month mark. So I was a white belt. Started in January. I guess they're having like a Mariana's Open, which is our one of our popular tournaments here on Guam. That month, and they're like, that was like 2 weeks after I started joining. They're like, hey, why don't you join jiu-jitsu? This tournament, the jiu-jitsu tournament. I'm like, oh, no way. Let me just give some time. So that 6-month mark, I believe the next tournament was in August. So that 6-month mark, like right before that tournament, I started seeing improvement. And I was like, okay, let's do this tournament. So when I competed in that tournament in August, I was, the way they do the teens is they put everyone in, right? So it's a white belt, you go against a yellow belt, green belt. So of course I was nervous, but just the fact that I was able to improve in class really boosted my confidence. I was like, why not? So I ended up doing that tournament in 2009 as well, and getting silver, which was like, hey, I don't care. Like, I just won my first match. That's all I needed, you know? So won my first match by a pass against like a huge boy. Like, of course, the teens, they're really strong, right? The guy's really strong. So of course I was nervous because he just beat my teammate that always beats me up in class. I just saw him beat my teammate up. So going there, like, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go in. Don't know what's gonna happen. Then I ended up passing his guard, and that was it. You know, like, I got silver, and I was still happy because the next match was my teammate, which I was like, I didn't care after that. I was like, I won my first ever jiu-jitsu match. So shortly after that tournament, that's when I got promoted to orange belt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it all happened in 2009.
And for perspective, for whoever's watching, whoever's listening, who's not from Guam, and Guam is small. So you are at the time too, especially, it's like you competed against your teammates a lot in Guam, like, because Guam is so small and jiu-jitsu was so small as well at that time. But it, you know, it's grown so much in Guam and in the Pacific and Asia. And then I would see you train and I just thought, dang, this girl. And then I saw you like just developing and growing as you got older. You know, saw you do different sports on top of jiu-jitsu, and I was just like, man, this girl's a beast, man. She's gonna like, you know, she's killing it. So you say you got promoted to orange belt, and then when did you start I guess adding in other sports to complement jiu-jitsu? Because it seemed like you were doing that from when I would, like, you know, see what you would do. I remember you did rugby and you did judo on the side and all that stuff. So how did that all happen?
A lot of that was during middle school. Like, that was like the time where I kind of wanted to just try out other things, because a lot of it was rooted from jujitsu. Like, my confidence boosted from jujitsu. So I was like, yeah, if I could do this and I improved in that amount of time, like, why not try other things? You know, I mean, I was still younger, right? And I felt good, like, oh yeah, I can do this. So yes, I did cross country, basketball, rugby. But then when I went into and judo, of course, I wanted to become like a whole or complete grappler, I guess you can say. I wanted to be stand up, I wanted to be jiu-jitsu on the bottom. And then as I went into high school, because we don't really offer wrestling like when we're in middle school or lower, right? There's not like I guess gyms or like academies where you can learn wrestling from. So in high school, that's where I was introduced to wrestling. And that's where I kind of tapered off a bit, and I didn't really do much like other sports. I did strength and conditioning, of course, as I went into high school. Wrestling and jiu-jitsu kind of fell off with the others, like judo and the other sports. But yeah,
it's hard to balance everything.
Yeah, it was, you know, because you're trying to do so many things, and it's only like short periods of time. So, and as I went to high school, I just focused on that strength and conditioning, wrestling and jiu-jitsu, and they complement each other very well. I was able to, you know, work on that together, try to mesh the styles together, and I think I still carry that on until now. The wrestling. Awesome. Yeah, and I think a lot of kids, I'm trying to do that. I know you will go into that though, but in the current event planning, that's what I'm trying to help the kids with.
I noticed, yeah. Yeah, and then so what was I gonna say? So because there was like a really cool tournament that you did. I remember that because you went to Worlds, right? At
Oh
Blue
yes.
Belt. I mean, you've been to Worlds. Were you at Worlds before that? Was there like a Worlds, or was that your first time at Worlds when you went there at Blue Belt? Or
Oh
no?
yes, yeah. That was my first. That was my first ever experience at Worlds.
Yeah,
Before that, I did Pan Kids.
I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, Pan Kids was like one of the big ones I did, and then I also did other federations. But I think one of the biggest like highlights for me was Pan Kids when I was growing up, and then finally getting my blue belt 16, I got that opportunity to go to Worlds. So that was such a great experience because that was a big thing for me is writing down my goals. Like I
Yeah.
always have a notebook. I always put my notes down in my notebook, whatever I learned in that class, even though I learned it already, I'll still write it in my notebook. Till this day, I still do that. And then
Yeah.
biggest thing for me is writing my goals down. So one of those goals were going to Worlds and getting world title. And 2014 Blue Belt Worlds was my first ever experience, and yeah, it was great. Like I was able to get the title, world champion for Blue Belt, and then I also got a challenge in the absolute division, and I got to challenge some actually big names now, like Maisa Bastos and Gabby McComb. Yeah, I was able to challenge them, and to see them grow now is like amazing. And hopefully one day I got to meet them again because the tickets from Guam to out there is crazy.
Gabby trains with us at Autos actually.
Oh
In San Diego. She actually, yeah, because she changed gyms, so she came. So I see her a couple of times, but it's crazy to know that you actually went against her and Maisa. Jayronne, getting a blue belt, even a blue belt title is crazy because like, at that time too, when jiu-jitsu is like, not really popular, especially among women, that's a great accomplishment. So like, some people will be like, oh, it's just a blue belt, like a blue belt, tournament, but no, it's like, it's worlds. And especially when
yeah.
it's like a ton of really talented people as well. I mean, that's a great accomplishment. So yeah, that's so cool. Do you plan on doing worlds, at any point pretty soon, maybe?
Definitely my plans. Just more planning now because I have a family as well.
Yeah.
So that's definitely the balance and challenge right now for me, I think, is, being there for my family, but as well working on myself and training and getting that whole training. Because, we're both familiar with preparing for a tournament. It does take time and you do have to do a lot of sacrifice for that. So, and also, like I said, finance wise, Guam to mainland is very expensive.
That's a whole investment, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that it is. It's definitely an investment, like pretty much a loan. You got to take out a loan for that or something. I don't know. A lot of fundraising.
A lot of fundraising, yeah. That's what we do in Guam, man.
Yeah, that's it. That's how it goes. Cause like it's like 1,300 for just one ticket, right? So maybe even more. I don't know how it, but yeah, definitely in my plans. And maybe it's gonna happen soon. Maybe not now, but I feel it coming for sure.
Oh, I feel it coming too, girl. I can feel the energy from you.
I'm gonna see you very soon for sure.
Yes, and please let me know because like we're planning on hopefully buying a house out here and hopefully like a 4-bedroom. I don't know, but just let me know. We'll have space. You don't gotta do no Airbnb or Hilton hotel, right? You could just come on over. Yeah. So is there anything you want to share as far it can be personal, or it can be just a general piece of advice regarding, you know, overcoming trials or overcoming things to become a better person or to achieve a goal. Because I remember, just again, I always go back to just, you know, seeing you accomplish things as a teenager, and I just thought, dang, this girl is just a goal chaser, you know. And do you have any advice for that?
For advice, I mean, as a teenager and kid, I want to say it was actually very easy. You know, I'm not easy. It was laid out for me because I had such a great support system. But
Mhm.
you know, I had my family, you know, my parents, they're very supportive. They brought me to practice. They helped me with everything. But now, as an adult,
It's different.
it's yeah, it's different, right?
It
I got my own family. I have things to take care of for myself now. You know, I have to
Mhm.
take things. So the biggest thing is just set your goal and keep going. There's going to be a lot of failure, right? And a lot of times you're going to feel like you need to please other people. But I feel like if you just be yourself, truly yourself, and just keep working at your goal, being persistent, consistent, determined to achieve that goal, then you'll get there. And a lot of it is patience as well. So I feel like you're, as long as you stay consistent and determined and persistent in what you want, you'll get it for sure.
awesome. And then tell me a little bit about being a mom. Like, tell me some of the stuff you've learned as a mom, and how you can tie it
Oh,
into like how jujitsu helped you with that too. But because I'm a new mom, so it's rough, you know. Like postpartum, I'm
oh
7 months
yeah.
postpartum. So give me some advice, or not just me, but anyone listening who's mom, jujitsu, trying to do it all at once. Tell us the secrets.
Oh, there's no secrets for sure. I'm learning as I go. Yeah, definitely the first child. I mean, all my children pretty much back to back. So that was
Wow.
crazy. But the first child was really uh it was beautiful, but at the same time it was rough.
Yeah.
Because you know, like I didn't really have much to like base myself off of. And you know, you're so used to sleeping in like the first by yourself, you don't have to worry about anyone now. When I had
Yeah.
the baby, it was really rough, like the beginning parts, but as time went on, I just found like a groove. I can't really say, and I
Yeah.
can't really say, yeah, I say exactly like give a recipe or whatnot, but a lot of it, I just kind of like survival kicked in and I just figured out what works. And a lot of it was scheduling for 3 kids. Having 3 kids, everyone had a set schedule like wake up, take a nap at this time, then eating, maybe playtime, and then back again. So that was very helpful for me, having the
Mhm.
kids on like a set schedule. And then they also know, hi, sorry, the baby's here, but
It's
they
okay.
also know like when it was time to train. So I would
It's
bring
okay.
them. Okay, yeah, my
Hi.
youngest Kamlin, but they also know like when I would have training. So as they got older, I kind of like brought them along with me.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing that helped me was scheduling, but of course that's not for everyone.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So yeah, they would you know, take a nap at the same time and all that, but scheduling. If you can do that, if you can put your if you have multiple kids or one kid on a schedule, that will help you a lot.
That's great. So we're at what is it? Wait, what time are we at now? Okay. My I was looking at my screenshot and I was like, wait, the screenshot doesn't match the actual time. Okay, so at 7:40, it's 7:47 my time. So I know you have a meeting at 1.
Yeah.
Um, so we can wrap it up for now, and then I'm gonna
Okay.
hit you up later.
Yeah,
We'll
for
do part
sure.
2.
I'm just so happy we were able to link up
I
finally.
know. I know. And yeah, I'm just so happy to see your girl. Hi.
Hi.
um and
Say
thank
hello.
you for sharing with the
Yep.
sharing. Hi. Thank you for sharing your advice, and then just sharing who you are, because I know that if people really just knew you, they would know, or if they got to know you, or if they wanted to come into your space and learn from you, they'll not regret it. So if you're in Guam, go check out Jayronne. Can I put out your personal Instagram, or is
Yeah.
there an Instagram you want to share, or
I think
any
it's
social
just my
media?
personal right now. Yeah, so just my personal Instagram's good.
Okay, so you can check out Jayronne at JayronneK. That's on Instagram. So at Jayronne K.
Mhm.
And then anything else you wanna share, or favorite?
Uh,
Yeah, anything else? Last word.
no, I want to say thank you, Serena, for having me. And I also appreciate what you're doing, like having your page and, sharing everyone's stories. So I think this is such a great platform. And I definitely look forward to chatting with you again because I definitely miss training with you.
I know.
And
We really
just seeing
pushed
you
each
on
other.
long. Yeah, it really feels like a long time
I know,
since I
girl.
seen you, but just talking with you, it feels like nothing, like we
Nothing
haven't been away
changed.
for a long time. Yeah, nothing
No,
changed. So,
I know we're planning a trip soon. We're planning a trip hopefully like within the end of this year, hopefully if all the funds come together.
yeah,
So
I understand. So, yeah, hopefully, crossing my fingers, I'll see you soon.
yes, it will happen. It will happen.
Yeah,
Just like this interview
yeah,
happened.
it'll happen. We know it's gonna happen. We don't know for sure when, but it's gonna happen.
Yes. Okay, I will let you go. I know you got stuff to do being a mom. So, thank you so much, and I will talk to you later.
Yes, thank you. Have a
Bye.
great night.
Bye.